I just read off an article in USA Today, a column talking about the 5 things to be concerned about with DeVonta Smith in the NFL. Can you believe there's 5 things that we should be concerned about with DeVonta Smith going into the NFL?
Really?
Yeah.
I am shocked that somebody would write an article like, are these a legitimate 5 things? Are these on the field 5 things?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So there's durability.
Oh my gosh.
6'1", 175.
Who cares?
Okay, you don't care about that.
Listen, I'm watching this game, and I'm watching this game with my son, who is about 6'2", and he's a $150, soaking wet. He's a sophomore in Jersey, and he's quite the talented wide receiver. And we're looking at this guy in very, very similar frame. And I was blown away. I kept saying, I said, man, if Trevor Lawrence wasn't the number 1 overall pick, this dude would go number 1 overall, like as a wide receiver. And my son's like, for real? You think he's that good? And I'm like, yeah, no, he's damn near unstoppable. And why is it? It's a combination of a lot of things. He's fast. He has really good hands, great placement with his hands when there's traffic. 2, he's a tremendous route runner, and that's rare. There's a lot of guys that will last 6, 7 years in this league, and they only can run 3 routes. And if you pay attention to some of your favorite players, you'll notice, like, damn, they are pretty much one-trick ponies. And on top of that, they use him in multiple ways. Now, he's going to have to go to a system where you can move him around a little bit, but the variety in which they use him, outside, inside, put him in motion. They literally ran the same play back-to-back and scored on back-to-back plays. They just flipped it and ran it opposite ways. So he can do it all, and that's why he's going to be good. I was sitting back saying, man, if I'm the Jets, they're sitting at number 2. I mean, why not? Why not get you a pure number 1 wide receiver? Because with how he played and what he was able to do on that field in that stage in the first half and the Heisman Trophy and the 20-plus touchdowns, this is a dude that's going to come in right now. Some of these rookies are going to take some time. You look at Henry Ruggs, a little up and down. Jerry Jeudy with the Broncos, struggling to catch the ball. There's certain guys where you're like, all right, it's going to take you a little bit of time to catch your rhythm and really start to gain confidence. It's not the case with D. Smith. This dude is going to.
But here's some of the other ones. Can he be a Batman or is he a Robin? Now, these were 5 things brought up by an NFL writer in USA Today. Can he be a Batman or a Robin? Explosiveness came up. Can he be the same kind of explosive player in the NFL? And so he became Batman this year. Everybody knew he was going to get the ball because Waddle got hurt. The explosiveness, there is still that gear that he has, as you know. He gets to top-end speed as quick, as fast as anybody that I've seen, except for maybe Tyreek Hill. So I don't know, like, where's the question mark on explosiveness?
Don't be fooled by the long legs and the easy stride. My nickname in high school was Cadillac, and I used to get offended by it. And one of my coaches said, "No, it's not because you're long and slow. You may think a Cadillac is long and slow. What we're saying is you're smooth and you got speed and you can pick it up at any time, and you're effortless in and out of your brakes." And I embraced that nickname once I got to college. He's like a smooth vehicle. And the thing is, like, you know, he made a decision to let these other guys that might have had a little bit more hype enter the draft. He could have entered the draft, but he held on to the right time. And that's what makes him even more dangerous, is the fact that he spent 4 years polishing up his craft.
Yeah.
And he can beat you man coverage. There's a reason why he's open by 2 or 3 yards when one guy's guarding him. He could beat you when there's zone coverage. And as far as durability, Stephon Diggs is about 6 foot. I mean, he might be about $185, maybe $190. I'm not sure. But Stephon Diggs isn't the biggest receiver in the world, but he's the best receiver in all of football this year. So now if you're saying, well, I don't know if he has the strength and he looks a little slight. Okay, so if he's done this in 4 years working out of Alabama, which I know Alabama's a beast, they prepare like pros. What happens when he gets that grown man strength? You know what happens when you go through those grown man situations? You know what I'm saying? You know, when you start paying grown man bills, you get a little bit stronger. You know how like when real life hits you, you get a little bit stronger. Your mustache starts coming in, your voice gets deep, chest gets hairy. What happens when he hits his mid-20s and real life hits him? And then he's out there playing. He's not playing for a turkey sandwich at the cafeteria at Alabama. He's playing for $1 million check. That's a different.
But Marvin Harrison was 6', 179 at the combine there. And
that's what I'm saying.
But also, my thing with DeVonta Smith is you talk or any draft pick, you talk yourself out of a pick because you look at the negatives. And that's why I always say, I don't understand that. If your positives outweigh your negatives, then that's what you have to focus on. Not, you know what, I don't know if he's strong enough. Like, that's where it gets dangerous. And I think that's what the Bears probably did with Deshaun Watson. You know, he's kind of slight, and I don't know if he can hang. You know, Mahomes seems like he wants to be Brett Favre. Let's get this conservative Mitchell Trubisky guy who looks like he's durable and he can play and he's athletic. You talk yourself out of this, and I think that's the dangerous part of this.
And how many teams talk themselves out of drafting Lamar Jackson?
Oh, I know, because they said, well, he can't throw.
Including the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Right? They passed him up in the first round. They got him at the last pick.